Did JoyBoy, the only known previous user of the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, use gears 2 through 5 like Luffy does in the story right now? Before we get into today's video, I just want to give a big shout out to Hingle McCringleberry for asking me this question. I really appreciate the support, and if you have any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Now, this is a great question because I previously made a video earlier this week talking about how I believe that Luffy's powers have always been imagination based. So off of that logic, it only makes sense that anyone else who would have the Nika fruit or the Gomu Gomu no Mi, whichever you prefer to say, would also be able to use powers from the fruit based off of their own levels of creativity. Now, the reason why I think this is a great question is because it really makes you think about how Oda applies Luffy's abilities in the story. I think it's important to note that gears 2 through 4 are not like Super Saiyan transformations. They aren't the next steps up to reaching gear 5 or anything like that. They're just simply how Luffy chose to use his abilities. There's nothing in the Gomu Gomu no Mi handbook saying you have to pump blood into your legs and call that gear 2. It's just how Luffy chose to implement his abilities. For example, I brought up in one of my earlier videos that when gear 4 first got shown in the manga and we got left on that cliffhanger, there was about a week or two where everybody was theorizing what gear 4 could look like, and one of the people that came up with the theories drew this picture where they said that, oh, Luffy would store the energy in his body and release it as an explosive punch that's super fast and super strong. That could be someone's interpretation of how they would use a gear, but it's just not what Luffy chose to go with. So yeah, for convenience sake, I do think that there is a possibility that when we inevitably get to JoyBoy's backstory, Oda may very well have JoyBoy use gears 2, 3, and 4 just because we're familiar with those techniques. However, if you look at the mural behind me, you'll see that the original depiction of Nika or JoyBoy was him wielding a sword or even a spear in some images and having a shield. So there's a big possibility that he has a completely different moveset than Luffy, who we know is a punch kick merchant. He can't use a sword, he can't do anything else. So it is very possible that JoyBoy has his own set of abilities, and I'm really interested to see what he does. But that's just my opinion. We don't know until we're actually going to see it. I would love to hear your guys' opinions in the comments. Once again, thank you so much for asking me this question. I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have for me. I'll see you guys next time.